Today, we're digging into a totally new way of thinking about property management technology. We're moving past just buying more software and looking at a true AI operating system that's actually built to run your business. All right, let's just kick things off with a question that probably keeps a lot of you executives up at night. You're out there, you're adding doors, your portfolio is getting bigger, but are your profits actually keeping pace? For a lot of companies, the honest answer is not really. So here's how we're going to break this all down. We're going to start with this weird growth paradox, then introduce a pretty game-changing new idea, an operating system. We'll meet the AI workforce that makes it all run, see it in action, and then, of course, we'll connect it to what really matters most, the bottom line. Okay, let's dive right into the number one challenge that so many in the industry are facing. It's this strange paradox of growth. It's that counterintuitive feeling that the bigger you get, the harder it is to actually stay profitable. I mean, the opportunity out there is just massive. We're talking about an almost $85 billion market. That is huge. But with that kind of scale comes some really intense operational pressures that, if you're not ready for them, can just eat your margins for lunch. And this is the feeling so many executives tell us they have, that they're caught in the squeeze. You've got this constant pressure to grow on one side, and on the other, you have all this operational drag that makes every new unit you add more and more expensive to manage. So, let's get real about what's causing this squeeze. First, your costs are just going up everywhere. Labor, insurance, you name it. Then you've got this operational chaos because your data is stuck in all these different systems that don't talk to each other. And that leads to this crazy technology paradox. The more tools you buy to try and fix things, the more complicated it gets, and you end up just having to hire more people to do manual data entry. So, what's the way out of this? Well, the argument here is that it's not about finding one more tool to add to the pile. It's about a fundamental shift in how you think about your tech stack. It's about moving to a real operating system. And this is the big idea, an AI business OS. Now, this is really important. This doesn't replace your property management software or your accounting system. Think of it like a smart layer that sits on top of everything you already use. It's the conductor of the orchestra, making all your existing systems finally work together to automate work from beginning to end. And this visual just lays it out perfectly. The old way, adding another tool, it just makes things more complex, creates another silo, and means more manual work for your team. The new way, the OS approach, it does the exact opposite. It unifies your systems, it orchestrates the workflow between them, and it drives real hands-off automation. Okay, so how does an operating system actually get work done? Well, it builds something that feels less like a piece of software and a lot more like a team. It's time to meet your new AI workforce, and it's designed to run your day-to-day operations. What's so brilliant about this is that it's structured just like a real company, so it's incredibly easy to understand. At the very top, you have Maestro, who's like your AI co-CEO, providing strategy and direction. Right below that, you have a team of specialized virtual managers running the core parts of the business. And then on the front lines, you have the task agents. These are the AI doers that are actually inside your software doing the work 24/7. Now let's take a closer look at this AI leadership team, because this is really cool. Each one of these virtual managers has a clear C-suite level job. You've got Fiducia, who's basically your AI chief finance officer, handling all the finances. Catalyst owns the entire leasing process from the first ad click to a signed lease. Nexus is your AI COO, managing all the physical operations. It's literally like having a full executive team working around the clock that never misses a single detail. So, we've got the team structure, but what does this AI team actually do? How does this all come together in the real world to automate the workflows that take up so much of your team's time? Okay, let's talk finance. Just think about the hundreds, maybe thousands of hours your team spends just processing vendor invoices. The AI doesn't just make that faster. It completely takes it off their plate. It reads the invoice, matches it to the right work order, and codes it perfectly in your accounting system. It also automates all the nagging for rent collection and even builds your owner reports with perfect accuracy every single time. And it's the exact same story in leasing and maintenance, two areas that completely define your resident experience. A new lead comes in at 10 p.m. on a Friday night. While your competition is asleep, your AI responds instantly and books a tour. A tenant reports a leaky sink. The AI figures out how urgent it is, sends the right vendor, and follows up until the job is done. It resolves issues in a fraction of the time. Okay, so this technology is obviously incredible, but at the end of the day, the only question that matters for an executive is this: how does all this amazing stuff actually show up on my P&L and increase the value of my company? Well, the strategy is really straightforward, but it is incredibly powerful. The AI workforce is built to pull on two levers at the exact same time. It systematically increases your revenue while it simultaneously drives down your operating costs. And when you do both of those things at once, you get a really significant boost to your net operating income. And here's exactly how that works. On the revenue side, you're filling your units way faster, which just crushes your vacancy loss. And because the service is so much better, your tenants are happier, and they're way more likely to renew. At the same time, your costs are plummeting because you're automating all that expensive manual labor, and you're shifting from pricey emergency repairs to cheaper proactive maintenance. And it all flows right here. This isn't just about being a little more efficient. The combination of more revenue and less cost has a direct, sustainable impact on the one number every owner and investor cares about: your net operating income. And when that goes up, the total value of your entire company goes up with it. So, we'll leave you with this one last thought. The conversation is no longer about buying another piece of software. The real question you should be asking yourself now is, what could a dedicated 24/7 AI workforce, one that executes our processes perfectly every single time, do to fundamentally transform the value and efficiency of our portfolio? Start your 14-day free trial and get full access to the tools designed to streamline operations, simplify communication, and keep your tenants happy. No commitments, no contracts, and absolutely no credit card required. From automated marketing and tenant outreach to workflow coordination and performance tracking, Nextvert helps property managers stay organized, fill vacancies faster, and operate more efficiently. Experience a smarter way to manage every property you oversee. Visit nextvert.com to begin your free trial today.